Hey everybody, it's your gay sports fanatic here, and this edition is going to be centered on the NFL at midseason. So we're going to preview Week 10. We're also going to look at who I consider the top six studs right now in the NFL. I mean, by studs, I mean teams. I'll be talking about some studs on the teams too, but who are the top six teams, in my opinion, in the NFL as we go into the last half of the season. So then I'll also be doing predictions for you. I have 7 predictions for you for Week 10. But first, let's jump into my 6 studs. So stud number 1, no doubt, in my mind, comes in number 1 without any question, and that is the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are first in overall statistics. So they're first in special teams, third in offense, fourth in defense. This team, Goff may be, he could be looking at an MVP candidacy at this point. We won't even start on Amon-Ra St. Brown. They also have the best coach in the NFL. If you guys saw my shows back in August, I touted Detroit to go all the way. To me, they're the number 1 stud right now, the Detroit Lions. Number 2, and right on their heels, in my opinion, are the Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson, whose passer rating now I believe is 120.7. That's phenomenal. You combine that with the rushing attack of Derrick Henry, this team is on fire. So you give me stud number 2 as the Baltimore Ravens. Number 3, of course, is the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, many people would have thought I would have put them at number 1. They are undefeated. But I'm not feeling the vibe here with the Chiefs yet to put them at number 1 anyway. But they are undefeated. They win these games like they did Monday night here. They just win these games barely, but they do pull them out. And they're certainly finding the value of DeAndre Hopkins as well, who's been a real key decision player for them. And also, have to say it for Kelsey. He's come on here in the last few weeks after a slow start. So Chiefs, 3rd stud. 4th stud, without question, to me, is the Commanders out of Washington. Now, this team, we're going to really find out about the Commanders if they can maintain this momentum, if they have the maturity to do it in the next 2 weeks, because they play Pittsburgh and then a huge showdown against the Eagles, who I'll be talking about in just a second. But anyway, let's go with Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, studs number 4. Number 5, I'm going to go right into those Philadelphia Eagles. They are kind of quietly going along here. But this team, I said, if you go back to August, look at what I said. I had the Eagles as a team I said to watch out for, and they said all to do with the addition of Saquon Barkley. I've been proven right. Saquon has given this team, who's already pretty good, has turned them up to be the 5th stud in the NFL at midseason. And by the way, did you see Saquon's play last week? I'm sure all of you did, the run where he just basically jumped over a defender. I don't know how high in the air he went, 7 feet. He's incredible. What is he, 26, 27? For Saquon, the time is now, and the Eagles are now. So we're going to find out a lot about them in 2 weeks when they play the Commanders. But it's the Eagles and the Commanders, and certainly in the NFC East. Last but not least, my 6th team is the Bills. They've got a 4-game lead in their division. I think they'll have this division wrapped up by December 1st. So, the Bills are taking care of business. So I've got them at my 6th place stud. So those are my 6 studs looking at midseason. Can't believe we're already this far, but here we go. Now we're into the stretch run. So let's look now at 7 picks for Week 10, and we've got some really great matchups this week. So let's start with maybe the marquee matchup, which is Pittsburgh at Washington. So the Steelers, I didn't have them on my studs list. They're close, but I didn't have them there because I've got some reservations about this team. The Steelers are at the Commanders at Washington, who I do have as number 4 on my stud list. So I'm taking the Commanders here to win, but they're also giving away 3 points to Pittsburgh. So, that enters in a new factor to this equation. I'm still going to stick with the Commanders. I think they're going to show the maturity to keep their eyes on this game. They cannot overlook the Steelers, even though they got the Eagles next week on Thursday night. So take the Commanders, give away the 3 to Pittsburgh. Number 2 are the Bills, marching to clinch this division by December 1st. and then just try to aim for home field at this point. The Bills are at the Colts. The Bills are a 4-point favorite. I like the Bills to take care of business here and keep marching. So take the Bills, throw away the 4 to the Colts. Next up for me are the Broncos at the Chiefs, my number 3 stud team, the Chiefs. Chiefs don't beat anybody by much, but they win. So I like the Broncos. A surprising pick here. I like the Broncos getting 9. Now, I don't think the Broncos will win the game. I like it with 9 points, though. So let's take the Broncos plus the 9. Next, we have New England at Chicago. New England's terrible. Chicago's a lot better than I think the record certainly indicates. So Chicago's a team that in the second half of this season could take off, but that NFC North is so tough. As I mentioned, you've got stud Detroit in there. You got Green Bay right there. And you got the Vikes right there. So nobody's bad. So they got a tough schedule coming up. The Bears do. I see the Bears winning this one easily against the Patriots. The Bears are giving away 6.5. Throw away the 6.5 to win New England and take the Bears in Soldier Field. Next, we have the Eagles, my number 5 stud team. Again, they got that big game waiting for them the week after against Washington. This Eagle team's not going to look ahead, particularly against a team as terrible as the Dallas Cowboys. It's at Jerry World, where typically the Cowboys don't play well at all. They don't play well at all anywhere, really, but at Jerry World, they seem to play even worse. The Eagles are giving away 7.5. That's a lot of points on the road. I'm still going with the Eagles. So give me the Eagles. Throw the 7.5 to the Cowboys. I want to say something about the Cowboys real quick. They got a lot of injuries. And I feel sorry for CeeDee Lamb. This guy's playing through injuries, and you wonder why. Anyway, we'll move on. Next game, this is a big one too. This may also be the other marquee game of the week, which is the Detroit Lions, who of course I've got numero uno on my list. The Detroit Lions are at the Houston Texans, who are just bubbling under for me on entering in this stud list. So the Lions are giving away 3.5. That's a lot of points to give away to the Texans at home. Tough call here because I love the Lions, but I love the Texans too. So got to make a choice. I'm taking the Lions to win. I think they're going to keep this up. I think they're just a little bit too good for Houston at this point. Take the Lions. I'm going to throw away the 3.5 points. So Lions are a 3.5 point favorite. I say they cover. Then last but not least, we've got a game with an Atlanta team that showed promise here at New Orleans. Who hasn't? Atlanta is -3 at New Orleans. Grab Atlanta, throw away the 3. So you can see I'm taking a lot of teams to cover the spread here this week. So we'll see how that all works out. So you guys feel free to, first off, enjoy your weekend of college football, or your weekend of NFL watching, I should say. Please enjoy yourself. And if you would please comment if you'd like. I answer them. And of course, subscribe if you would like to be notified.